Whoop-de-doo, Grand Canyon. You're just a giant hole in the ground. You're caused by erosion. You don't have a roller coaster or Dippin' Dots. Geesh, can you say underrated? That, my friends, is an actual review of one of the most breathtaking spots in the entire world, which is why I'm talking about negative reviews on the podcast today and giving you 3 things to do and not to do when people leave them about your product. So, you ready to get started? Let's dive in. Hey, friend, welcome back to the Because I Can Live podcast. All right, I'm going to kick this off by reading some reviews to you. I think may make you chuckle just a little bit. The one thing that makes this place different from other parks is the geysers. I was extremely underwhelmed. They look so much better in the pictures. And if you want a similar look, just boil a pot of water at home. Wait, what? Okay, here's another review. I'm just laughing out loud with these because, okay, we're going to dive into it. We're going to talk all about it. Okay, so here's one. The park shuts off some of the waterfalls after midsummer. This is probably due to the dwindling park service budgets that are spent on toilet paper. Please protest the fiscal mismanagement by staying away from Yosemite. Okay. Oh, we're not done. Okay. This sweet message. My guess is that the people that love this place never get out much. Okay. These negative reviews are actually of Yellowstone National Park, Yosemite National Park, and Zion National Park. I mean, these are some of the most spectacular places on earth. So remarkable that they have literally been set aside for federal protection. And people come from across the globe to see them. And I've been to 2 of them myself and seen things that you can only find in places like Yellowstone or Zion. So I got to say that it makes me shake my head and giggle that people who have had these same experiences that I have had, seen the exact same things that I have seen, complain about them. It's like it's not good enough, right? And I promise that I'm not just complaining or here to complain or make fun of the people who leave reviews like this. I'm here talking about this because negative reviews are completely, where's the drum roll? They are normal, right? 100% normal. And they're pretty much happening to everyone everywhere who put themselves out in any way possible. I mean, okay, let's think about how many times do you read online reviews from actors or actresses and how much they're criticized for their performance. It happens every single day. Even if 99% of people love a movie, there's going to be that 1% that don't. And when it comes to selling things online, every single one of us in the online world recognize that despite our efforts, we're going to get negative reviews. And dealing with negative reviews, it's hard. But remember, there was a time before e-commerce, social media, and Google reviews. And I got to say, as much as I love e-commerce and Google and the internet, social media, and all things, and I kind of miss not having people feel quite so protected behind their screens. Some of these cow pie comments that people decide they need to share, oh my heavens. I have rolled these eyeballs of mine on lots of occasions, I promise you, because I've had what most people would think are really mean ding-dang comments and reviews posted about my store products and about me personally. But a lot of these reviews aren't mean. I mean, yes, they're negative because that's just what they're called. But I think more often than not, they're just silly. So let me share a few of mine. So a necklace of mine got a poor review because the chain wasn't long enough. Now, I get the fact that like a lot of things you buy, a necklace may not fit, but the thing is, I emphasize the 14-inch length of the necklace in my description so that potential buyers could evaluate whether it would be something for them that would fit. And then I got another one thumb down review that didn't say anything about the product they ordered. They gave me an unhappy review because of the Laffy Taffy I included was not the flavor that they wanted. So I used to put Laffy Taffy in all my packages, a little bit of sugar and a little laughs because it has a joke on it, right? And I sent them a banana. We just randomly chose the product or the flavors, stuck them in a package, and they were mad because they wanted cherry. Now, I don't even know what my kids want to eat most of the time. So how am I supposed to know a customer who I've never met face to face what their taste buds like, right? And here's another 4-star review. So close, so close. Had a single comment that said, I love it. Apparently not enough to leave a 5-star review for the product that she loved, but the fact is I scroll through my 4-star reviews on that product. Another 6 of them express positive about the product. They don't say anything about what they don't like, just say they like it. My mom, this is my favorite one, I think, of all times. My mom gave me a negative review on this podcast of all the things, but I was like, Mom, why did you give me a 1-star? And she said, oh, I thought I had to hit the 1-star and then go back and then hit the 2-star and then go back and hit the 3-star and work her way up to the 5-star to get the full 5 stars, right? I didn't correct her because it kind of makes me giggle. And I own that 1-star review, knowing that it came from my mom. If it's going to be from anybody, I'm glad it's from my mom, right? And as e-commerce owners, we definitely want to see good reviews. Let's face it, we're all kind of programmed to look for them as we make those buying decisions. But handling bad reviews can be an art form in itself. So there are 3 ideas that I want to share with you to help you. Number 1, just delete those comments. Now, I'm going to say use this one with caution. If you know 100% that this comment that came in are just super spammy and have nothing to do with you or your product, kick them to the digital curb, right? If they're on your website, it's fairly easy to make them disappear. Usually a few clicks will send them to the bye-bye status. If you are not on your site, work with this rating site to have them removed. This should not be your go-to for every negative review, though. So this leads me to the second one. Address these comments appropriately. This is probably my biggest go-to when it comes to reviews. When someone takes a note of something that is legitimate, like a legitimate concern. For example, I leave a response expressing appreciation for the time that person took to leave the feedback. Yes, I say thank you. Thank you so much for leaving this feedback. I specifically note that their suggestions are important to me and that I will use them to improve my product. Or if someone complains about the length or size of something, I post an upbeat message thanking them. If I go in and say, thank you so much for helping me, and thank you for letting me help future buyers, it really changes the dynamic. And they'll come back and say, oh, wait, there's a real human on here? Oh, thank you so much for listening. And it will totally change the dynamic. And sometimes, on occasion, not always, I've sent discounts for future purchases, especially if their review reflects a legit concern. I've done it many, many times, and it's turned that unhappy customer into an absolute diehard fan. And number 3, avoid getting into the on-screen battle. If they post something untrue about your business or your product, don't invite them to meet you at the flagpole at 4 for a good old-fashioned fist fight. As much as you'd like to, you got to take the high road on this. Kindly encourage them to reach out to you through email, a live chat, both which can give you a record of interactions. If it's on Facebook, it's easy to use a messaging tool as well. Take this path first and move away from an argument with another customer, because you don't want other customers seeing that you're there to bicker and fight, right? This is going to give you the opportunity to resolve the matter quickly. Okay. Now here's the big, huge thing when it comes to these negative reviews. You can't take them personally, even when they're about you. Trust me, I've had some really mean comments come my way. And at first it stung and it threw me into this like cycle of not working and just being so frustrated in my head. I get it. It's not fun when people say, I've had people make fun of my voice, my eyebrows, my body, and even my parenting style. And they've even come out and called me a liar when it comes to my message. Like those things sting, right? But I've made the decision not to let others take away from my joy or the focus I have on what I want to do. And if your online business is your passion, and I kind of hope it is. Do not ever let anyone else's lack of kindness take even a teeny tiny bit of the happiness your online store gives you. Never give them the right or the satisfaction, whatever you call it, to hurt your heart or impact your confidence. I heard one person say, hurt people hurt people. Okay. We don't know what has happened in their life. We don't know why they're reaching out and bashing or doing whatever they're doing. Now, okay, I get that this is easier said than done. So I want to give you a recommendation. Hire out customer service just as fast as you possibly can. This puts a barrier between you and the comments, and your customer service team or person, whoever it is less likely to be emotionally as attached that you are. And they can even hide, delete, or even address the issue so it doesn't even come across your plate. Customer service is one of my very first hires in a business, so I can focus on building a business versus having that mean comment linger in my brain and sucking out my energy. Now, with e-commerce as my business, it was easier for me to blame the product. So let's say they didn't like my pink cupcake liners. It wasn't the pink they wanted. I was like, darn, cupcake liner didn't show up at the right pink, right? But I'll tell you, this coaching business, this is a little bit of a new dimension for me. And it has been. I actually had to hire Julie Porter. Some of you know Julie Porter. She's amazing. I hired her first to come in and help her run customer service. And now she's my executive assistant. Love her. And then Coach Leslie. They came in and they were my online bodyguards for me because I couldn't even take my own advice of just shrugging it off or deleting. It just internally sunk to my soul. And it was super hard. I didn't have so-called thick skin. And I took people's comments way, way too personally. So I knew I had to bring in backup. And in fact, they're actually still my bodyguard today because I don't think I ever want the thick skin that people talk about. I think that's the feeling, and being like leaning into that feeling is one of my superhero powers. And I don't want it to go away. It allows me to love my students, support my students and my customers even more. So I just hired in backup. So I want to give you some fantastic examples of someone's who took the idea of negative reviews in an entirely different way. It's an approach I think that is amazing. Not going to lie. Okay, I'm going to totally bugger up his name, but stay with me. Chef David Sirtini. Yeah, like I said, totally bugger that up. He had been trying to figure out how to get positive reviews at his restaurant to a popular rating site called Yelp. Heard of that? Yeah. And let's be honest, like I do, I check Yelp or Google when trying to find a restaurant or hotel just to get others' feedback, right? To see if it's worth it. But Yelp is known for having a kind of crazy algorithm for a pretty, shall we say, assertive marketing approach when it comes to buying ads. Now, I'm not going to say anything else other than the fact that Chef David was tired of it. You see, he noticed when he cut off his marketing with that review site, suddenly 1-star reviews jumped to the top, going way past the great reviews his customers had given him. And here's a super kicker. It was obvious that these 1-star reviews were from people who had never been to his restaurant before. Wouldn't that make you so crazy nuts? I know. Okay. Wait until you hear what he did. This is the best part. He decided to break the review system. He offered a 25% off coupon to anyone who gave his restaurant a 1-star review. You heard that right. And guess what happened? Within a few days, over 2,000 1-star reviews were left. 1-star reviews that were told how awesome his food was and how great his restaurant was were right at the top of the list where people could see them. And here's the funny thing. Most people didn't want the pizza. They just wanted to help. Plus, he got thousands of letters and emails from people who supported him. News outlets picked up on the story, gathering him even more attention. And that resulted in more customers. Not everybody's going to win by taking this tact. Let me just put that out there. And I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend doing it, but it shows that negative reviews don't always have to be a bad thing. So in my 0 to 100K Facebook group, this is a private Facebook group where I go in and I coach my students who are building their e-commerce store. I went into that Facebook group and said, hey, you got any negative reviews? And they were posting some stuff that was awesome. And I just wanted to share some of these things with you to see that, to show you that number one, negative reviews are normal. And number two, they don't have to tear you down. So I'm going to share what some of those posts are. And before I do, I totally want to be clear that the reviews I'm about to share, I will not identify the people who left them. And I'm not making fun of the people who posted them. Again, I just want you to know it's normal and they don't have to tear you down. All right, here we go. Here we go with some of the reviews that came in. Wendy received a 1-star review in all caps that read, "Didn't realize how small this is. Sorry." Keep in mind that she lists all product sizes on her website. And note the buyer even said she was sorry about her own misunderstanding, and she still gave 1 star. What? Okay, Amy shared a 1-star review that read, "My fingers were too fat. These are really cute, and I am sad I can't fit in them." The reviewer also noted that they would not recommend the product, even though the issue wasn't about the ring itself. In fact, she obviously liked the look of the ring that she purchased. And then here's Bev's. This one cracked me up. She got a negative review that said, "This necklace was sent to an address I haven't lived at for years. Considering I've never ordered anything from this website, I do not even know how you obtain the address." The person ordering didn't take into account that Bev couldn't have had that address either. And in fact, it was probably an autofill problem on the buyer's device, or probably tied to one of the payment processors used. And she still got a really bad review. Trish got a 3-star review that read, "Great, but definitely should have bought one for each kid." Okay, now I have to tell you that I love Trish's response on that one. She said, "We gladly would have sold you more." Good job, Trish, on that 3-star review. Megan recently received her first negative review, and it read, "The quality of this SVG was not the greatest. I was unable to even use it on my Cricut 3. But that same product is Megan's top seller, and she's received many 5-star reviews on it." And then the last one that I'll tell you about is Kelly sold a super cute t-shirt, and a customer gave her a 1-star review, and it said, "I love the t-shirt, super soft, washed as well. Picture was deceiving as I thought it was a folded shoulder t-shirt and tight at the bottom, but it's literally just an unfitted t-shirt. I guess the benefit of that is you can style it any way that you want. Goes great into some text jeans. I've had multiple strangers tell me they love my shirt. I got an extra large, but I probably should have gotten a large." 1 star. And she gets compliments on it. So let me just take a pause here. Essentially, this buyer almost loved everything about the shirt and got compliments on it, but didn't like the image on the website. 1 star, right? Okay, I lied. I've got to do more because these are so good. Let's post an image of a post you just received. It was a 3-star that read, "My item came exactly as the photo shown. It's beautiful. I'll definitely order from them again." 3 stars for beautiful. Misty got 2-star reviews. The first one read, "Nothing. All sold out. When you work all day and get no chance to buy at night, sold out by 9 a.m. Disappointing." Second read, "Sold out, unable to buy because they are all sold out." So the products may have been awesome, but they just didn't get them in time. And this list goes on, like I go on and on and on. And I really want to underscore them not poking fun at any of the people who left the reviews. They said what they felt and left the reviews and apparently felt that they were correct. But you can now see that everybody who's running their own business can get a review like one of these. It doesn't have to lessen your belief in yourself or the work that you've done. Again, you can't let these kinds of negative reviews steal your joy. Learn from them. Learn what you need to do. Laugh at them when you can. Now, as I wind down this podcast, I also want to make sure to mention one thing, that a reminder to every single one of us who might leave a review related to something that we purchase. First, if you love a product you've purchased, leave a raving review. Give that seller some props for serving you so well. The server needs some love the same way you do. Second, if you receive a product that falls short of what was promised, don't grab that keyboard. Hit all caps and vent. Instead of leaving that 1-star scar, see if you can reach out to the seller. Let them know the situation and see if it can be resolved. And as sellers, wouldn't we love to have this happen with more of our customers? They reach out to us so we can make whatever is wrong right. Third, and if you feel that a negative review should be left as a warning to other potential buyers, you can still be gracious. Just stick to the facts. Okay. Now, speaking of reviews, is yours up for this podcast? We have over 700 reviews. Let's grow that to 4 figures and get it over 1,000. Go ahead, go leave that review. I appreciate it. All right. Have a beautiful, beautiful day reading your negative reviews, laughing, smiling, assisting, and serving your customers to your highest level. And I will see you next week. Bye.